So let me give your audience the list of them because they're wondering, okay, what are these specific
they're
oils?
like, don't forget about the 8 things, fuck, and the list. Okay.
She calls them the Hateful 8. And I'm going to give your audience a list to write these down. There's 3 C's, 3 S's, and 2 others. So the 3 C's are canola oil, corn oil, and cottonseed oil. The 3 S's are soybean oil, safflower oil, and sunflower oil. And then 2 others are rice bran oil and grapeseed oil. Those are the ones we want to avoid. So the next question, your audience is wondering, okay, what do I swap them for? The healthier options would be coconut oil, grass-fed butter, grass-fed ghee, duck fat, beef tallow, olive oil, avocado oil. Those are much healthier swaps. And here's the thing. When you go to a restaurant, even if it's a fancy restaurant, you got to ask the waiter, at least I asked the waiter and waitress, what do you cook your food in? 99% of the time, it's one of those bad fats. So what I tell them, I'm allergic. My fiance is allergic. Everybody at this table is allergic to these seed oils. Can you use butter or olive oil? And most of the time, they're going to have that. But I tell them I'm allergic, so they pay attention versus it's a preference.
That's a great idea. Because one of my fears, because, you go to a restaurant with the person who has 87 alterations, and you're like, damn, I don't want them to piss in my food. I don't want them to take a shit in my food because I'm more allergic to poop than I am canola oil. Maybe that's actually not even true in terms of the inflammatory process. It's probably worse, canola oil. But that's what's interesting is because of the cost of it, it is used at all these restaurants. I mean, I was the other day shopping at Whole Foods and I was grabbing cashews and I was looking at the ingredients because often, even at Whole Foods, most of the products there, almost all of them had sunflower oil. They were roasted with sunflower oil and salt. And I'm like, why? It's like when they add sugar to mango. Like you don't need to add sugar to mango. Mango is sugar. That idea of saying you're allergic is brilliant because what are you going to do? They're not going to hate on you because you're allergic.
Exactly.
The other side of it too is our fear to have our needs met is usually because of the emotional response of the server or the restaurant, which is codependent. So, it's the fear of someone else's emotional response. So we're not prioritizing our own health, which is what we do with addictions, which is what we don't take up too much space, God forbid. But that's brilliant. I've never thought of that. Okay, I'm allergic to seed oils now.
You are. We technically are. I'm not lying, right? But
right, that's true.
What you just said is another benefit to making that request because it removes the codependence and the thoughts and what are they going to think? What are the people on the table? And that's what makes it difficult for a lot of people because I got to tell you this, Mark, there's a lot of people in the health space who teach avoiding seed oils, and I have dinner with them, and they do not make this request, and it makes me wonder why. Are they afraid to have the conversation, or they don't really believe in it, or they're just they feel like they're doing so many other things right? This is okay to take that hit, but I make the request, and in the beginning, I felt uncomfortable doing it, especially with a large group. I don't feel that at all anymore. I removed that codependency because it's so important. You're prioritizing your health and you're doing the table a favor too. Because I don't just do it for myself. I say the whole table is allergic. So I want to make it allergic. We're all allergic. So I want to make it easy for people because that's what I've seen as the biggest challenge, the ability for people to communicate that. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to create a printout that you go to a website, you put in your email, and then you get a PDF download where you print this thing out and it shows the oils you're allergic to, and then you can just hand it to the waiter to make it easy for people. Do you think that's a good idea, Mark?
I think that's brilliant. And then it looks so official too.
Exactly.
I actually have a printout of all my severe food allergies. These are real.
It's printed. I mean, it's got to be real.
It's printed. It's got to be real.